Chris and I have been talking from time to time about the 6 quarterbacks taken in the first 12 selections of the 2024 draft and how 5 of them so far are on the right side of the line. It's pass-fail, boom-bust. 5 of them so far have shown us enough to make us think they could end up being pretty good. J.J. McCarthy is incomplete, and we'll mention from time to time, statistically, he's most likely to be the bust of the class because they never go 6 for 6. They never go 3 for 3. It's never a clean sweep. And, of course, some will misinterpret that as us predicting he's going to be a bust. The point is, if there's any statistical relevance here, he's the cheese that's currently standing alone because the other 5 are all saying, hey, JJ, what's up, man? We're over here showing everybody we think we're going to be pretty good. Come on, let's go. You going to join us or not? But I don't know. Which one do you think, whether it's May or someone else, which of the 6 from last year? Let's set McCarthy aside because any jump would be a big jump for him. Of the 5 that played last year, which one do you think is the most likely to make the biggest jump in 2025?
Well, I will tell you, before I answer that, I'll just say I'll make you feel better as a Vikings fan, Mike. If 5 of those 6 have already gotten a passing grade, then it's most likely that J.J. McCarthy will also get a passing grade because it's not even supposed to be 5. I would have guessed out of 6, I would have guessed 2 or 3 would have been good, not 5. So it's one of those anomalies where I think we're going to be 6 for 6. We look at these quarterbacks and say, wow, all of them are pretty good. But I think the guy who is poised to make the biggest jump in year 2 is Caleb Williams. And it was predicted last year. I think we got ahead of ourselves. We bought into the hype. We bought into the Caleb Williams hype, and we bought into the Bears hype last year. Oh, he's for a number 1 pick, he's going into the best situation. He's got Keenan Allen, he's got DJ Moore, and he's got these backs, and they got Shane Waldron as their offensive coordinator. They're going to be in pretty good shape. Not exactly. And that thing fell apart, and the line wasn't nearly as good as we thought it would be. And Keenan Allen kind of dropped off a bit, had some drops issues. Eberflus, the head coach, had some disastrous moments. But I look at it, you've got an offensive mind like Ben Johnson. They really spent a lot of time in free agency on the offensive line and then adding 2 more pieces in the draft and Loveland and Burden. I think Caleb Williams is going to do well. And Mike, the other thing is, because of the hype, we look at Caleb Williams in his rookie season as if he really kind of fell flat. But if you look at the numbers, he really didn't. He didn't turn the ball over. He held the ball too long. He took a lot of sacks. But the interception, the lack of an interception, that streak he had going was impressive for a rookie. So I think he's going to be a lot better this year.
And one of the things that I saw in the preseason from him, and once you've shown you can do this, it becomes part of your core narrative. The idea that he can take the play that's called that doesn't work, and he can come up with something on the fly. And there's a Mahomesian quality to some of the things I saw from him in the preseason. And now working with Ben Johnson, the guy who turned around Jared Goff. Jared Goff was, I don't know if this is a good metaphor, but when they have that day where you can put out anything that you want to get rid of, not just trash, but like an old refrigerator, a washing machine, whatever. You put out all your stuff, and then the cars will roll by with the people plucking through it to see if they got some stuff there that, you're throwing it out, we're going to take it home. That's what Jared Goff was, and the Rams were throwing him out. And the Lions were like, well, we'll take him home. Now they got a first-round pick, an extra first-round pick in that Matthew Stafford trade to do so. But Ben Johnson turned him into something. Ben Johnson took that old busted turntable that the Rams had put out on the curb, and he took it home, and he got it working. Whatever parts are in there, I don't know what parts are in there. He got it spinning, right? He got it working, and now
there we go.
Now
I was waiting for it.
So he did that. It took me a while. He did that with Jared Goff. What's he going to do with Caleb Williams?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Zicky, 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 zicky. It's good stuff. uh, Jared Goff had free on the front, right? Just free. Yeah. Take it. Go ahead and take it. And somebody took it. You know, and that says a lot about Ben Johnson, because a lot of coaches come in and say, no, I need my own guys. I need my own guy. And if they have the opportunity to just move on from the player, they'll do it without even trying to figure out what they do well or looking at the player through a fresh lens to see what's salvageable. So Ben Johnson did that with a lot of guys. Ben Johnson, I think he's just conceptually, he's got a gift for just seeing what an offense can be, or just coming up with maximizing an offense. That's not the question for me. The question is, and this is down the road for Ben Johnson, I know as an offensive mind he's got it. Will he be able to pair that with head coaching responsibilities and have control of the whole thing? I know he can handle the offense. Will he be able to handle the offense and do everything that a head coach is supposed to do?
Yeah, and you know what? Beyond Caleb Williams, I mean, Michael Penix Jr., we just got a little bit of a taste. We got a little glimpse. So we can see and we can perceive that there's going to be a jump there. With both Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix, like, they're kind of like, I don't know. There's no jump to be made. They have already jumped. If they make a jump from here, they're Super Bowl participants, if not MVPs, especially Jaden Daniels, but also Nix. And I think that's what puts even more pressure, Michael, on the Vikings to develop J.J. McCarthy at 10, because they could have had Nix. And, after Sean Payton got Nix, Sean Payton wasn't bashful about saying, I may have made people think I wanted McCarthy, but I got Nix. And Nix is the guy I wanted. And look at what Nix did. And I just really think it just amps it up in Minnesota. And it also makes, we've gone through this 2-month period where the Vikings have seemed not quite ambivalent about J.J. McCarthy, but just not ready. And toying with the idea of going after an Aaron Rodgers and having McCarthy sit for another year. And they finally come around to the idea that they just need, let's see what he can do. He's here. Let's see what he can do. You traded up from 11 to 10 to get him. He's a top 10 pick. They haven't had a true franchise quarterback other than Dante Culpepper, who had 4 really, really good seasons as a starter in Minnesota, especially 2004, where he was an MVP candidate. They haven't had a true franchise quarterback since Fran Tarkenton. Let's see if this guy can become what we haven't had in 45 years.
I like his chances because he's working with Kevin O'Connell. And O'Connell, for some quarterbacks, it's a whole season, like it was Sam Darnold until the end of the season, where it kind of fell apart. So he got the most out of Sam Darnold for an entire season. Remember, he had like those 2 or 3 games where he made Josh Dobbs looking pretty good. Hey, maybe this guy could be something. No, he's a career backup, but O'Connell was able to get the most out of what Josh Dobbs what you could reasonably expect from him. He got a lot out of Kirk Cousins. And so I think now with the way they've retooled and reshaped the offensive line, and knowing that McCarthy has had some time just to understand the language of the offense, I think McCarthy's going to be pretty good too.
Well, he looked great in the preseason opener last year, just days before we found out he had a meniscus injury that was going to result in him not playing at all in 2024. That opened the door for Sam Darnold to have his special season. Now Darnold's long gone. They have Sam Howell as the backup to J.J. McCarthy, and we'll see where it goes from here for them. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.